Instagram story. Go live. Oh, okay. Instagram story. Go live. Oh, okay. There we go. Now you guys can see that I am live. Waiting for this lobby to fill up. How are you guys doing today? You can join on my Instagram story. There should be a swipe up. Nick, you want to do me a favor and make sure that swipe up works? So the roster we're going with, it's going to be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver, flex, 2 IDPs, and then 5 bench spots. So we're doing, this is IDP summer, hot girl summer, whatever you want to call it. My MacBook's going to explode. All right. I'm going to repost the link onto the story. There's a chance it's not working. Or maybe nobody wants the draft in May, which is fine. I'm just here for the people that want draft. Invite. Copy the link. Alright, so I'm just trying to get this set up. Up to join the mock draft. Okay. I don't see the story. Uh-oh. Oh, I think it's up now. It says swipe up here to join on Sleeper. And then the other one says swipe up to watch the live stream. Oh, I spelled stream wrong. On YouTube, and then I did just another one saying swipe up to join the mock draft. Okay. The story should be there now. Yeah, we got some people coming in now. Okay. What is up, everybody? What is up? And yes, I'm going to randomize it. This will be randomized. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe we should go live on Instagram as well. It's not bad, yeah. This, something like this. And just like that, it is full. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, so we... Why is it only 3 rounds now? What is this? What the heck? Are you guys seeing it? Just 3 rounds as well? Maybe I need a refresh. Hold on. There we go. It was just showing 3 rounds for me for some reason. But, alright, now we got all the rounds here. We got live stream up. We got the people in the chat. Let's randomize this and get it going. Draft order, randomized teams. Boom. This is it. This is where we're at. Oh, gosh. I wonder if they updated the ADPs. I think they did. Yeah, Stephon Diggs is up here. Yep, the ADPs are updated, so that's awesome. Not something we have to worry about. Joe Mixon, how you doing? Just saying hi. All right, let's begin the draft. Jackson is up first with the number 1 pick. If you guys have any questions at any time, you can always ask them in the live chat, and I'll respond to them. Second overall pick. I mean, who else would I pick other than Dalvin Cook? So let's see. It's gonna come back to the 211. What do I want? Who do I want to draft? I think the guys that might be there, knowing that it's you guys, Joe Mixon's more than likely not going to be there. I'd be fine with Joe Mixon, Cam Akers, Antonio Gibson, DeAndre Swift. I wouldn't mind. Najee Harris in the 3rd, maybe. Yeah, so that's about all the guys I would consider there. Wide receiver-wise, a guy who might be there, A.J. Brown. If I can somehow get him at the 211, that would be golden. Ethan, just want to appreciate you joining and not drafting again. Just saying. Yeah, there's no way A.J. Brown's going to get to the 211. If it is, then something's wrong. Justin Jefferson may not be bad. Allen Robinson, I wouldn't mind. Calvin Ridley, with the impending Julio Jones trade coming up. It's just very interesting to see these ADPs and where they have everyone ranked. Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, Hawkinson. Where's Kyle Pitts? There he is. There's Kyle Pitts. Awesome. Okay, so the ADPs are updated, and that's the best part. That's what you want to see. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We got Kamara 3rd, auto draft. Saquon Barkley, the 1.4. Adams at the 105. Okay, Henry at the 106 is pretty good value. Jonathan Taylor, I like that. Eckler, a little early for Eckler for me. I don't hate Eckler, and I think he's definitely worth a first-round pick. But I definitely would have gone either Zeke or Aaron Jones. Most likely Zeke at that point. Ideally, I'd like to back up Cook with another running back. But I'm not against going for a tight end or wide receiver. I'm really not. Nick Chubb, I like that pick too. Nick Chubb, Zeke Elliott. Okay. We got 1 wide receiver and what is this? 9 running backs taken so far. And let me know if you guys can see everything on the screen clearly, because I have it right now zoomed out a little bit. But if it's not clear enough, I can zoom a little more in. Just let me know. Okay. Ryan's up. Looks like we got another auto drafter. Come on, guys. Let's start off strong. Ryan's on auto. Hate to see it. He's got Tyreek Hill. That's not bad for an auto. Now Nick is up. Aaron Jones. Doubled up with Joe Mixon. You won't. Okay. Just saying. DeAndre Hopkins. 2 wide receivers. There's only been 3 wide receivers taken, and there goes Brown. If I can get Diggs or Metcalf or Keenan Allen, if I can somehow get any of those guys right here, I think it's a huge win. There goes Diggs. Leave Metcalf, Keenan Allen, Robinson. Metcalf, Keenan Allen, 2, 3, 4. Metcalf, Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson. Or Joe Mixon. Or Cam Akers. Or Swift. Yeah, I mean, I'm guaranteed to get one of those guys. DK Metcalf, too. I wouldn't even think about him. So Ethan's on auto draft. Swoof and Mustard. There's a chance Joe Mixon can make it to me. There is a chance. Michael Thomas has a higher ADP, so maybe I can get Keenan Allen too. This is going to be tough. Ooh, there goes Zach. Thanks, Zach. Think it's clear? Okay, thanks, Eli. Thanks, Zach. You just killed the dream. But this means I get Keenan Allen or Allen Robinson. Did I say Keenan Allenson? Oh, gosh. I'm a little sick if you guys can't tell. So it looks like I'm going to get Keenan Allen or Allen Robinson just because Mustard is, even if he takes one of them, Ethan's auto draft is going to be Thomas unless he had other guys queued up. So if I can get Keenan Allen with the 211, I'll be very happy. Hey, let's go. Keenan Allen. I'm loving that. If Allen Robinson is there when it comes back to me, I'm going to have to double up on wide receiver here, which I haven't done in a very long time. And then I'll get some running backs later on. Let's see. Come on, Justin. Nice, dude. I love this. Dalvin Cook, Keenan Allen, and Allen Robinson. I like it. I like it so far. So now it's going to come down to the running backs, right? Miles Sanders, Clyde. Not a huge fan of Dobbins, but at that point I would take Dobbins if he's there at the late 4th. Monty Jacobs, Carson, Gaskin, Edmonds, James Robinson, David Johnson, not guys I'm looking at. Travis Etienne, Mike Davis, great value if you're actually able to draft him all the way down here. Yeah, so ideally, when it comes back to me, I want to be able to get 2 of these guys. It may not work out, but you never know because it seems like a lot of wide receivers are on the run right now. But yeah, if I can double up with best case scenario, I like realistic best case scenario, I feel like it might be Travis Etienne and Dave Montgomery or Josh Jacobs. And Josh Jacobs, I'm okay with him as my running back 3. I don't want him as my running back 2. But, yeah, I'm okay with either of those guys. So now we sit back. Let's look at the draft so far. It's been a while since I've done this. Sorry, guys. Antonio Gibson, Michael Thomas, Allen Robinson, Terry McLaurin, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Najee Harris, Miles Sanders. No surprises right now. No huge, I can't believe this guy was taken there type surprises. I think the only thing close to that was Austin Eckler being taken 8th overall, which is fine. Calvin Ridley in the early 2nd round. Maybe a little shocking, but I'm not opposed to it, especially if Julio's leaving, which it sounds like he is according to Shannon Sharp. So, yeah, Tight end wise, top 2 guys are gone. I'd like to get Kyle Pitts later in the draft. I'd be fine with getting Kyle Pitts. Quarterback wise, my goal is to get Jalen Hurts or one of the other guys later on. Maybe I'll double up with 2 quarterbacks later on with Trey Lance and another guy. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm feeling good about this draft. I feel good about the fact that I was able to get Dalvin Cook, Keenan Allen, and Allen Robinson in the first 3 rounds. I feel like that's a good... These are all 3 guys, first and second round value. If there weren't so many running backs being taken, Allen Robinson would easily be a second rounder. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Mike Evans, Amari Cooper. Okay. I don't know if I would have taken Mike Evans that high. J.K. Dobbins. That's really interesting. A lot of people like Dobbins. I don't hate him, but I just don't know where this great running back season is going to come from. There's a lot working against J.K. Dobbins this year in terms of Lamar taking away work, Gus Edwards taking away work, seeing no work as a pass catcher, being very touchdown dependent. And look, he's a fantastic running back. He had over 6 yards per carry last year. But you're depending on Dobbins on a week-to-week basis to get over 1,000 yards in the ground. So if he doesn't do that, then you lose your value. These running backs are starting to get less and less. Ideally, if I can still get 2 of these guys, that'd be great. But I'm going to have to start planning on if I can't. Kareem Hunt wouldn't be a bad 3 if I'm forced to be in that position. My laptop's making a noise. I've not heard my laptop make a noise. Julio Jones. Let's see. Sheesh. This thing's getting hot. MacBook Pros. Not meant to live stream. In case anybody was wondering. Okay, DJ Moore. So this means for my running back 2, I either get Jacobs, Etienne, Mike Davis, or Kareem Hunt. Nice. I like that. I am guaranteed to get at least one of these 3 guys as my running back 2. That's what I want. And look, if it comes down to none of these guys being available, I'm just going to go value and I'm going to take my wide receiver 3. I think there's some good names on the board right now that I would definitely consider taking as my running back 3. So, as my wide receiver 3. Tight end, after the first 3 guys with Waller, Kelsey, and Kittle, it's not worth looking at any of these guys until the later rounds. Wide receivers, again, I talked about. Quarterback, I'm only addressing that late. I don't do quarterback early. All right, we got some auto draft coming up. Chris Godwin and Josh Allen, which means I get Travis Etienne. Okay, I like that. I'm a big Travis Etienne fan. Now let's see if I can double it up. And I'm guaranteed to get one of these 3 guys as my running back 3. I'm guaranteed to get either Josh Jacobs, Mike Davis, or Kareem Hunt as my running back 3. So, and now I get the pick out of them. Would you guys rather have Mike Davis, or would you rather have Josh Jacobs as your running back 3? Because from where I sit, I'd rather have Mike Davis. I'm not a huge Josh Jacobs fan, and for that reason, I'm going to pick Mike Davis. So my running back 1 is Dalvin Cook. My running back 2 is Travis Etienne. My running back 3 is Mike Davis. I've got Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson. I'm going to go for wide receiver 3 next. Maybe a wide receiver and a tight end. Mark Andrews or Kyle Pitts. If either of those 2 guys are there in the 6th or 7th round, then that's where I'll be taking them. I'm no longer interested in Kareem Hunt. And a lot of this, like, I know obviously everybody who's in this draft is essentially watching the live or listening or whatever, or even if they're not, who cares? But point being, I'm showing you guys my process of how I draft, and what works for me is that I'd only draft certain guys at certain points during the draft, and if they're not available, then I'm going to look somewhere else. So if I wasn't able to get Mike Davis, ETN, or Josh Jacobs, then I would have drafted a wide receiver, and I would have drafted maybe TJ Hawkinson or quarterback, who knows. But I wouldn't have drafted just whatever was left at running back just because I needed to fill the position. I always focus on value first. So there goes Kyle Pitts. Thanks, Zach. It's fun. Wide receivers, I'm looking at as my wide receiver 3. Kenny Golladay, I don't hate. He's not that appealing to me. Tyler Lockett, I wouldn't mind. Kenny Golladay, I'll put him in there for why not. Chase Claypool, I like. Debo, not really. Brandon Cooks, I think is a great 3rd wide receiver. Devontae Parker, no interest. Marquise Brown, LaVisca, Jamar Chase, I'd love that. Pittman, Antonio Brown, Mike Williams, Devontae Smith. Okay, so the value starts to change as it goes down. Jalen Waddle all the way down here. Okay. So there goes Mark Andrews. So that means I'm not taking a tight end. I'm going to take a wide receiver. Now that means I can take a quarterback in round 7, and maybe I'll do that with Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert. Get that Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert stack. Russell Wilson, I wouldn't hate. Kyler Murray, obviously, if he's there. Or Lamar Jackson, obviously, if he's there. Yeah. So, seems like I'm going to be taking a wide receiver and some type of quarterback. Hoping to get either Chase Claypool, Brandon Cooks, or Jamar Chase. More so Jamar Chase or Brandon Cooks. We'll see what Nick does here. He might double up on the exact guys I'm looking at, because guess what? He has no wide receivers. And honestly, if he gets 2 decent wide receivers right now, and his team is Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Myles Gaskin, Travis Kelce, and then he doubles it up with Brandon Cooks and Jamar Chase or whoever, Tyler Lockett, I think that's huge. I think he's looking great if he can do that. Jamar Chase, incoming Brandon Cooks. I'll be surprised if he goes elsewhere. What's he gonna do? What do you got, Nick? What do you got in there, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Take Brandon Cooks. Do it. Take Brandon Cooks. Take my guy. I don't want him. Maybe I'm just leading you on to take a guy I don't want. Have you thought about that? You got 5 seconds. Juju. Interesting. I'd rather have Claypool than Juju, but I don't hate it. I do not hate it. So as my wide receiver 3, I'd love to get Tyler Lockett, Chase Claypool, or Brandon Cooks. Double it up with the Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert. So any of these 5 guys, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. If at least... Okay, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this goes. As of right now, Tyler Lockett's on top. So Tyler Lockett's not going to fall to me. He's going to get auto-drafted. There's 2 auto-drafts right in front of me, so he's not going to make it. No point in having him queued up. There goes Robbie Anderson. Not a bad pick. I'm not against it. I actually like the Robbie pick. There goes Tyler Lockett, as I said. So Chase Claypool, Brandon Cooks. Hoping one of those two guys come in clutch for me. No matter what, I have to get a wide receiver 3 at this turn. So it's got to be one of those guys. The next guy, I guess, would be Ayuk. Odell's there. Chark, Landry, Fuller, Judy, Samuel, Pittman, I don't hate. Antonio Brown, Williams, Devontae Smith. Definitely someone to keep an eye on, Devontae Smith. Yeah, so that's about Rashad Bateman. I like Rashad Bateman as a great depth piece. Yeah, okay. So that's basically what I'm looking at right now. I added 2 more rookies into the mix. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Which means I can get one of these guys at least. That's good news. If they take anyone but these guys, then I might have a chance. Aaron Rodgers still on the board. Odell Beckham. That means, as of right now, I have a better chance of getting one of these guys. Zach took Brandon Cooks. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that a lot. Okay. We got Chase Claypool. And I like that. So, yeah. I'm going to take Chase Claypool here. He's going to be my wide receiver 3. And I think that's awesome. And then on top of that, he already has a quarterback, which means we're going to get Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert. Probably going to pick Justin Herbert. So awesome. After Justin picks, we're going to get Justin Herbert, and then we're going to map out the rest of our draft. We've got our core 3 wide receivers. We got our core 3 running backs. We're looking great right now. I think we're looking great. I think the following round, yeah, the great minds. Following round, I want to get some more wide receiver depth. Maybe go after Devontae Smith if he's somehow available at that 8-11. Tight end right now, it's at this point, I think I'd rather just wait. I think there's some guys of value later. Yeah, Tyler Boyd, Javonte Williams, sure, do your thing. I'm going to take Justin Herbert. Awesome. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. What do you guys think of my draft? What do you think of your drafts? So, Zach, I know you're watching right now. He's got Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris. Love that. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Kyle Pitts. Love that. I don't know who his wide receiver 3 is going to be. Brandon Ayuk wouldn't be terrible. T. Higgins. Okay. I mean, I don't know how I feel about T. Higgins as a 3. I think he's more of a depth guy. He definitely has the upside, but I have concerns about consistent volume. Yeah, I mean, like, look, T. Higgins, probably not a pretty pick, but definitely could be a pick that does work out. So I'm liking Zach's team so far. I think if Hurts was available, Zach might have gone Hurts. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, but I think if Hurts was available, you might have taken him there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eli, you like your start. Devontae Smith is gone, so that's fun. You got Nick Chubb, Clyde Edwards, Chris Carson. I like that running back core. Stephon Diggs, Tyler Lockett, Devontae Smith. I like that. I think that's, a pretty underrated wide receiver group. No, I like that. Mark Andrews, I like that as well. My dog keeps farting. Oh my god, dude. She's so smelly. Alright, so now it's just about, yeah, you want to Hurts. I knew it. It's just about what total values I like. What guys I like, what guys I don't like. And then I'm just going to end up taking the best value of that bunch. So, tight end wise, I'm not even looking at any of these guys right now. Dallas Goedert, maybe. Mike Gesicki, not so into anymore. Logan Thomas, I wouldn't be upset with. I don't really want Robert Tonyan. Dallas Goedert's gone. Nice. Hunter Henry. Potentially. I'd like to go with someone with a little more upside. Hayden Hurst, Eric Ebron, Jared Cook, Chris Herndon, Quentin Morris. What the heck are you doing here? Am I crazy, or did Anthony Firkser taken? Firk. Oh, jeez, he's way down there. Anthony Firkser and Troutman. That dog part was loud. You heard it? Oh, jeez. So Anthony Troutman and Adam Firkser are like way down for some reason. That's very interesting. Rashad Bateman looks like he's still available. Receivers, Deebo Samuel, I wouldn't hate. Rashad Bateman. Running back wise, Ronald Jones. Kind of in a messy situation, but at this point in the draft, I don't hate that. I feel like I'm not ready for this pick. I had so long to prepare. No, I'm not ready. Okay. Oh, easy. Easy value here. I'm going to take Michael Carter. Running back for the Jets in the 8th round. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Almost forgot about this guy. Alright, so now we can go... Sorry, Zach. What if it wasn't the dog? Yeah, there's so many dogs here, dude. So many. Maybe I can show you guys at some point later in the draft when it's not as serious. Okay, Logan Thomas gone. That's who I was looking at. You wanted Carter? Well, I got Carter. Yeah. I'm going to put off tight end for another round. I'm going to go for another wide receiver. I haven't been a huge fan of Jarvis Landry, but at this value, I don't hate him. I like him better than Deebo. Just trying to see real quick if Jarvis Landry is really my top choice. Rashad Bateman's definitely in consideration here, but yeah, I mean, I think that's the way I'm going to go. I think I'm going to take Jarvis Landry here. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Jarvis Landry, but in the 9th round as my wide receiver 4, Odo being on and off the field, I think Jarvis Landry is a great pick right here. So I'm content with that. Next round, I definitely have to address the tight end position. And probably double up with another wide receiver as well, unless there's a running back that I really like. But as of right now, I think my best plan of action is to address that wide receiver and tight end. For the Chase and Juju picks. Alright, so Luke, which assuming is Luke 3. You got Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt. Not bad. DK Metcalf, Julio, Odell, and Brandon Ayuk. Not bad. Joe Burrow, Mike Gesicki. I like it. I like the Metcalf pick a lot in that mid-second round. Kareem Hunt in the late 5th. The fact that you were able to wait that long and still get a good, or at least probably the last best choice for a running back, I think was really awesome. Like Kareem Hunt is like kind of the last of the bunch that I would consider a decent running back 3. And you were able to get him at that point. So Nick said he searched for Jamar before you set him, then pondered who I wanted for a bit. Yeah, I saw you pondering for a bit. But Nick, you might want to get a wide receiver 3, because right now you've got David Johnson, not too high. I don't really see too much upside with him. Yeah, I think I would have taken a wide receiver above Deontay Johnson, above David Johnson. Maybe, I think even a Waddle at that point. If you have two rookies, so be it. Antonio Brown, stuff like that. So, let's see. All right, so I said I wanted to draft wide receiver and tight end. If I can get Rashad Bateman at the 10th, I'd love that. And then tight end, we can go Tanyan, we can go Henry, Irv. I'm not a huge fan of Irv. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get why everybody's such a huge fan of Irv Smith. Like, I don't think the targets are going to be that consistent for him. I know he had a couple decent games, but I don't know. I don't see the value with Irv Smith being this crazy, fantasy producer. I have Troutman. I have Henry here. What other tight ends do I even like? Because this is... Hunter Henry, Hayden Hurst, Irv Smith, Troutman, commit. Yeah, there's not really... Interesting. Yeah, there's not a ton of late round values that I really like. Maybe I will put off tight end another round and then double up on tight end. I'm not opposed to that. Robert Tonyan, Irv Smith. I think this is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get Tonyan, or I think I'm going to get Irv Smith. I'm a little worried for Henry because I feel like the Patriots might get Julio Jones. And I know this isn't a real draft, but honestly, you want to think of it as a real draft. So Tanyan's gone, which means I'm going to take Irv Smith. No, I'm going to take Bateman because Bateman's available right now. And that's what I really wanted. And Jackson has a tight end, so I'm not worried about him taking Ferguson or Troutman or Irv Smith. Yep. Michael Pittman was a good pick, too. I like that. So I'm going to address the IDPs here. What's my roster looking like right now? I got Herbert, I got Dalvin, Etienne, Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson, Mike Davis as my flex, Chase Claypool, Michael Carter, Jarvis Landry, Rashad Bateman. It's going to be Irv Smith as my starting tight end, and then I'm going to double up and get Ferguson or Troutman. Nice. So I'm going to get Smith here. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Smith, and I honestly would have been fine with Smith or Henry. Smith just might have a little more upside. So I guess I'm just going to double up on tight end and draft defense. And that'll be it. I'll take Ferguson or Troutman, whoever falls to the end of the 12th. And then I'll draft my two defensive players, and I'll be on my way. So let's start looking at some of these defensive players. A lot of defensive backs, which is kind of weird. Their ADPs are kind of all over the place. A lot of... Yeah, let me see. Devin White? Why is he all the way down there? Oh, hold on. There we go. So hit the average or hit the points, because that's where all these players are really going to show up. Shaquille Barrett, Bud Dupree, he wasn't bad last year. Von Miller, Trey Hendrickson, Matthew Judon, now with the Patriots. Zadarius Smith, I had him on a couple teams. Hassan Reddick, he was great. Mike Hilton, Carlos Dunlap. Not a lot of linebackers here. I wonder what the scoring system is for. Definitely favor the defensive lineman, which is very odd. Fred Warner, not bad. Okay. Getting a little distracted here, but the mission stays the same. Devin White and Darius Leonard. Okay, Nick, I see you. I will up that with Roquan Smith. Where is he? Roquan Smith. Who else was good last year? Roquan Smith. Who do they want to value? Micah Parsons maybe could have been a value. Levante David. Adam Troutman's gone, which means I get. Gonna take Anthony Ferkser. I'm gonna hope Roquan Smith falls to me. But I gotta start looking in case he doesn't. Foyesade Aluakon. Yes! I love this guy. Foyesade Aluakon. Great value last year. Levante David. Also good. Buda Baker. Solid at times. Cameron Crowe. Yeah, so. TJ Watt, I think, is also a great pick. But yeah, it's going to boil down to getting my last two defensive players. Alright, guys. This is the part of the draft. There's a lot of people on auto draft right now. But if you are here now at the tail end of the draft, watch me draft Roquan Smith. If you DM me on Instagram and you say, what's the word today? What's the word this week? What word can we use, guys? Give me a word to DM me to secure a spot in next week's mock draft. We need a good word. What word can we use? It's got to be creative. It's got to be a creative word, guys. All you have to do is DM me that specific word. Let's go with something current. What's happening? Okay, just DM me chicken nugget. If you DM me the words chicken nugget, I will ensure that you have a spot in next week's mock draft. So if you guys want to be in my next week's mock draft, and after this is over, for whoever's watching live, I'll spend the time to go over the final rosters. But, yeah, DM me the word chicken nugget, and I'll get you into next week's mock draft. But I'm really liking my team right now. If anybody is watching, I know we got 3 people on the live right now. If you want me to go over your team currently, just, say so and I will. Ugh. Review your team. Okay, Zach. Okay. Scotty Miller. Interesting last round pick. John Brown. Well, to be fair, who would I even want? Nick, you want me to go over your team? Ooh, let me draft Levante David real quick. All right, Nick. here's your team. I hope my thing is not in the way. Running backs, you got Aaron Jones, you got J.K. Dobbins, Myles Gaskin, David Johnson, Gus Edwards. Okay, good running back group. Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Gaskin was very strong. 3. David Johnson, decent depth. And then you got a handcuff for Dobbins to where if Dobbins were to go down, Edwards might have a chance at a really good role. You got Jamar Chase, Juju, Corey Davis, Laviska, and John Brown. I really don't think John Brown's gonna have this big role. He might have 1 or 2 good games, but it's gonna be very, very hard to merit when those games will happen. So I would stay away from drafting John Brown. I don't see him as some sort of value. Corey Davis, I don't mind as a wide receiver 3. Laviska, in the 10th, I don't mind, but at the same time, I don't think he has that type of value anymore, especially because he's not going to be that Percy Harvin type guy for Urban Meyer. So I think that kind of decreases his value a lot. But the fact that you're able to get Travis Kelce and Aaron Rodgers is fantastic to add on to your team. And, Kelce alone can anchor your squad. So, yeah, I mean, for drafting Kelce with the 201, I think this team's great. I really like it. I'd give it an A-. I'll give it an A- if we're doing grades. Why not? Okay, Nick, I got you. Luke, you are next. Running backs, we got Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt, Naheem Hines. Not bad. I'm not a huge fan of Hines this year. I liked him a lot last year, but not feeling it this year. JT and Miles Sanders is a strong 2, and I mentioned before that getting Hunt as your 3 that late, I think is great value. DK and Julio, I think that's a strong 1 and 2. Odell and Ayuk, a lot of upside, a lot of boom or bust guys, so I think it'll work out. Darnell Mooney for the late round value, I don't mind that at all. Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson with their very last pick, why not go for the upside? Mike Gesicki, I don't hate that. Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, I don't hate that either. So I think overall, pretty balanced team. I think there's a lot of risk with guys like Julio, Odell, Burrow even coming off that ACL. So I'm going to give this a B. Just solid, straight B. All right, Eli, where you at? Eli Gaffin, Bears fan. I was in Chicago last week. Deep dish pizza is okay, but I don't know if you live in Chicago. But, all right, we got Nick Chubb, we got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson, Zach Moss, J.D. McKissick. Not bad. I think McKissick, someone I would stay away from because I think you're drafting for upside that late into the draft. McKissick, I know he had a decent role last year, and it landed him as one of the better running backs in PPR. But I don't think he's going to have that role again, especially with other weapons in this offense and the fact that Antonio Gibson is now in his second year with the team. So I think McKissick is going to become irrelevant. I think a lot of the reason McKissick was really relevant too was because Alex Smith would give him 10-plus targets a game, which is insane. So Fitzpatrick is going to target it way down the field more. They're going to have Curtis Samuel. They're going to have Diami Brown. Terry McLaurin still there. Logan Thomas as well. So I just don't see McKissick being a value or a guy with much upside, so I would go elsewhere. Moss, I really like as that 9th round pick. You got Stephon Diggs, Tyler Lockett, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Mike Williams, a lot of high upside guys. Throw each of those guys in based on matchup. I think you'll figure that out. Mark Andrews, great pick. Trevor Lawrence. Ideally, I would probably draft elsewhere, but considering where you got him, I'm not upset with it. Trevor Lawrence could be amazing this year. Myles Garrett, Chase Young, love that duo. 2 great defensive linemen, so yeah, I like that team, Eli. I would give you, so I gave Nick an A-. Eli, I'd give you like a B+. A B+. So I like your team better than Luke's, but I like Nick's team a little more. And Zach, did I do your team yet? No, not yet. So, all right, Zach, we got Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris. You already know I love this pairing of the threes. Jamal Adams. I'm trying to look at what other running backs might have been available to you at that point, because I really don't think Jamal Adams is ever going to be consistent. Swift is clearly going to be the one, and then you're banking on the second running back in the Detroit offense. We a lot of times can't even trust the first one, so I don't see Williams as a value unless Swift goes down. Then maybe Williams becomes a value. But yeah, I'm not crazy about Jamal Williams, so I probably wouldn't have picked him. Devin Singletary was there, who I would have liked his upside a little more in the 11th round as someone who could potentially be the lead in that backfield. Latavius Murray, as we know, Latavius Murray has his moments and is good depth. So if you're looking for depth, I would have went Murray or even A.J. Dillon, who got picked after that. I think A.J. Dillon or Gus Edwards also would have been nice. So a couple other running backs I would have taken before Jamal Williams. Wide receiver wise, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, T. Higgins, Curtis Samuel, A.J. Brown. T. Higgins I'm not a huge fan of. So T. Higgins I'm not a huge fan of. But between Higgins, Samuel, and Brown, I think you'll get fine production out of that wide receiver 3 spot. So I don't hate that. Kyle Pitts, I like that pick. With a guy like Kyle Pitts, I'd probably take him after Hawkinson and Andrews. If Julio gets traded, then that might be a different story, but he is still a rookie. So I probably would have aimed for Kyle Pitts in the following round. But I don't hate that pick. And Matt Stafford in the 10th, I like that value as well. So you have Joe Mixon. So I'll give you a B. I'm not feeling that wide receiver depth, and that Jamal Williams pick threw me off a little bit, but overall good team. So I'd give you a B. It's like right in the cusp of being a B+. So yeah, running backs are scarce. That's all right. So awesome. Thank you guys for joining, and if you DM me chicken nugget, and I'll make sure you guys get into next week's draft. So appreciate it again, and I'll see you next time. End stream. Boop.